We're hunkering down. It's a winter storm, they said. It's a lot of snow, but not world-ending snow, although I haven't been able to drive anywhere for 6 days. There's the comedy club, by the way, Side Splitters. We're here, and I have more to say, so we're gonna keep driving, and I'll come back. And thank you for providing laughs, absolutely. But the older you get, the more you realize a lot of people are on a flight log. Anyways. There is Katt Williams with a grenade launcher or a missile launcher. Project Stargate, the Golden Age, and friggin' Skynet. AI is our savior. What are you talking about? Yeah, I got a brain. And there's Ricky Gervais. Oh my goodness, that is hideous. I did watch the SNL 50th anniversary. It felt like I was a teenager watching SNL again. And that's mainly because most of the sketches were with like Will Ferrell, Tracy Morgan, Eddie Murphy.
I'm just saying, if I'm taking some for asthma, I don't need the side effect to be shortness of breath. That's what the I came to you for.
Came to you for. I could just picture him in a studio with a green screen suit on.
Hey, it's Hen Dog.
Black Zeus the Podcast Season 6, featuring Black Zeus and Dante, aka Black Zeus on YouTube, Patreon, and Instagram. Alright, I'm done.
What's going on, beautiful people? What's going on, beautiful people, wherever you may be? It's your boy Black Zeus. Welcome to another episode of Black Zeus the Podcast, Season 6, maybe Episode 6. Right off the hop, why do I say maybe Episode 6? Well, let me break the bad news to you. Dante is not in the studio, okay? And I don't know if I want to put this in the pantheon of actual listed episodes. I don't know if this is Black Zeus the Podcast Snow Day. I don't know if this is Black Zeus the Podcast Season 6, Episode 6. Whatever it is Black Zeus the Podcast. I am Black Zeus. You are the beautiful people, and we are here for whatever the hell this is about to be. I had ideas in my mind about what I wanted to do. I thought about doing a whole hour. This may end up being a whole hour because every time I say it's not going to be, it ends up being, unfortunately. The reason Dante is not here this week, and you might actually already know why without already knowing why, depending on where you live. But is it the Western Hemisphere? Whatever's happening in North America right now between Canada and the U.S. is a major cold snap, all right? And we have been dealt with a lot of snow. Like snow that reminds me of my childhood. Now, I don't want to be one of these fear mongers and be like, oh my God, it's Snowmageddon 2025. We'll be talking about this a decade from now. Oh my God, do you remember the day that we were snowed in? I've been smoking hella weed, just locked inside. Yeah, I've been essentially immobilized for 5-6 days. My car has been completely caved in with snow. All my neighborhood in a complete mess. The studio not accessible. So there you go. But I didn't want to just leave a blank spot on the page this week. An important thing, at least for me, is consistency and discipline. And even though I'm not, 100% at it, where I can be or where it already makes sense, this is a thing that's plugged into my life. I do it every week, and I've done episodes without Dante. He was away for a bit, and I got through. You know what I mean? I feel like I plotted more, but this is more just of a chaotic mess. It's just a lot. It's a lot of snow, but not world-ending snow. If you live in Canada, or if you live anywhere that has snow for real, then this is nothing. Although I haven't been able to drive anywhere for 6 days. So it is something, but it's only something in the sense that I think, honestly, this is normal winter. This is what winters used to be like. The only reason I think everybody's kind of freaking out is because this hasn't happened in quite a number of years. Whether you want to say it's global warming, carbon emissions. Yes, Mr. Trudeau. It's carbon emissions. I'll get my Tesla now. Are we doing the salute if we buy Teslas now? Shut up. It's I'm not a scientist, but I'm, I got my warmest sweater on. I got my winter toque. Depending on where you live, I sound psychotic. Winter hat, winter. What do you call them? They're toques. At least to Canadians. I know an American is watching this and be like, nigga, what the hell is this? You don't got Dante in the studio. What are you going to talk about, nigga? Because I know you ain't do no comedy shows. 0 comedy shows, all right? Obviously, I canceled all my shows. Couldn't make it out. The thing that sucks is I was offered another show that was kind of relatively close to me, and the snow is so bad that I had to turn that down. Because I'm like, I somehow got lucky, and there was a moment there in the middle. Not in the middle, actually. It was maybe day 2 where the snow kind of subsided, and we got 1 plow. My neighborhood got 1 plow from a friggin' driveway exit. In 5 or 6 days, 1 plow, bro. What the hell kind of infrastructure is that? So we pretty much all got caved in. But there was a moment there where we got the 1 plow. Everybody left. Groceries, whatever you need. Because we're hunkering down. It's a winter storm, they said. It's here, they said. I smoked some weed. I got some more. Might smoke some more. What I wanted to do, I'll just be right up front. That was a loud clap. On my studio PC, I play games every now and then. I used to be a real gaming nerd. Obviously, I got the N64 on set. We talk about games every once in a while, what we're playing here and there. I think the last game I really played was the Zelda that came out last year. 1 game in a whole year that I beat. Like this is what adulting is for me now. I have way higher priorities. Comedy specifically being that. And then obviously like just family and life and just maintaining. And video games, let's be honest, I don't want to say they suck because there's still a lot of fun stuff coming out. And I do pay attention still because that video game nerd is still in me somewhere. So I pay attention to the industry. But no, there's a game that I think about constantly. It's Grand Theft Auto, or it's Zelda, or it's Fallout. It's usually one of those 3. But I've been thinking a lot about GTA 4 specifically. I would say San Andreas, definitely hands down. Depending on what your age is and when you grew up, what your systems were growing up and all that stuff, you have a different Grand Theft Auto, if that is, your steez, if you do like the GTA series. You have a different Grand Theft Auto that you'll say is the best one. Some people say it's Vice City. Some people say it's San Andreas. Some people say it's 5, 4. Nobody says it's 3, but we appreciate you for, like, lest we forget, for the service that GTA 3 has done for us. San Andreas, absolutely my favorite. I was in high school at that time. Just the fondest memories of that monstrosity of a game. So many options. It almost felt unlimited. Plus, when you added the cheat codes in there, unlimited health, unlimited armor, all the weapons, all the ammo, flying cars. Nigga, flying cars. Yuck. But I would say, obviously, San Andreas is my favorite, but it's so close with Grand Theft Auto 4. And I've been thinking about Grand Theft Auto 4, and I think about it more as a comedian because specifically it's the only GTA that has a comedy club that you can go to. GTA 5 has its own version of the Comedy Store because GTA 5 is based on Los Angeles as the map. And they do have iconic landmarks, and the Comedy Store is absolutely there. It's not called the Comedy Store. I forget exactly what it's called. And you can go in it. It's like built out, but nothing happens there, which is like a robbery, I think. But GTA 4 was based on New York, and the Grand Theft Auto universe's New York is Liberty City. And GTA 4 was the first time they went from the last gen, like from PlayStation 2 to PlayStation 3 or Xbox 360, which is what most people were playing at the time. And it was like a huge graphical leap. So this is the first Grand Theft Auto. It was like, yo, we're getting HD friggin', and they didn't disappoint. like depending on what you're looking for. If you're looking at like San Andreas and be like, I could do so much. You could jump out of a plane with a parachute, or climb ride a bicycle up the tallest mountain and then jump off with the parachute. Like just a bunch of stuff. Break into Area 51 and steal a jetpack with this stoner hippie character played by George Carlin. Like there's a lot. They're deep in the comedy sphere. But again, GTA 4 is the only one you could actually go to a comedy club, and they had Katt Williams and Ricky Gervais do motion capture and actually perform. I don't think they performed their material. They performed versions of their hottest jokes at the time, but it's interesting. We'll go there. I'm gonna take you guys there. Don't worry. We're gonna do this. We're gonna see the comedy club in GTA 4. My goal was, because to take you back to a little bit part of the nerdy stuff, like San Andreas on the PS2, you had cheat codes and you had like flying cars and all that stuff like I was talking about. On the computer, there is ways to do that, but you have to get really involved. It's called modding. And your boy started getting into some nerd shit. I love computer stuff. I want to get back into coding languages and all that stuff. I knew a little bit, but when I was doing it, it was like HTML, like very basic. You know what I mean? But now, like the languages that you can code in on the computer are ridiculous. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, sorry, I'm a nerd. I'm talking about making programs on computers and stuff. I want to get to that point. You can now literally make a video game that's the same quality if you have the skill, the time, and the effort. You can make your own Grand Theft Auto. There's so many different game engines, which is the building, like the tool that you use to build the video game. It's called an engine. And probably the most popular one that's used to make literally like multi-million, billion-dollar franchise games is called Unreal Engine. And it is free to the public. And it has only gotten more user-friendly. And, you know, part of me wants to do it so I can like be like, yo, I'll make the Zeus character, drop him into a game, and then we could run around playing as Zeus in a video game. Or realistically, I would like to start using it for editing and creating different, I don't know, I'm different. Like if I'm gonna do sketches, I'm gonna do it my way. You know what I mean? And I went to school for animation, but a lot of that has left my a lot of it resides in my editing skills, which is mainly video, photo, and not much animation anymore at all. Let's be honest. So what we're gonna do on this episode is we are going to take a trip around the map of Liberty City. Go to the comedy club. It's going to be a very short episode. I don't have comedy recap. Dante's not here, so he doesn't have comedy recap, at least to do, because he's not here. So I'm not going to do a full-fledged episode. What I do want to talk about, though, because the new episode of Black Zeus, the show, did just release on the channel. If you haven't checked it out, go do so already. I'm really in... It's not even an algorithm war at this point. Like, I think... the platforms, specifically the platform that I'm on, you know what I mean? Not to name names because I'm trying to, you know, not give the algorithm everything it wants. But the platform that I'm on, or one thereof, you know, they have certain rules and guidelines and all these things. They want you to jump through hoops, essentially. And once they see you put in a little bit of effort, they make you jump through more hoops just to, you know, they say it's for safety and validation and this and that and this and that, but realistically, like, it to me, especially looking at just the way these companies collect data and sell data, it goes against my core values and beliefs. I feel like I'm being violated. I feel like my privacy is completely being violated for them saying to continue to use the site the way I've been using the site freely for eons, but now that I'm putting in a little more effort, they're like, we would like to see your government ID. It's literally, it's, and I know that might sound like, nigga, just give him your ID. Like, what's the big deal? As principle, I know I might sound ridiculous to some or most, But come on, bro. Like these companies already take your money. They're literally saying they won't take my money to promote my stuff anymore unless I give them my ID to validate that it's me, when they've already taken my money from my banking and already have like data banks of my sound, my likeness, my all this and that. There's so many ways to verify, but they're like, hey, give us specifically these forms of government ID. And then I look through their terms of service, which I never do, or not terms of service, but it's like there's other ways to validate within this company or platform that they give options to do. And I'm like, give me this option. I'll validate this way, which is in your guidelines, but it's like, hey, give us your, hey. Why are you asking questions? Give us the shit. Let us build a deeper profile of you. Let us pull up your freaking government shit now for whatever reason for your, which I don't even care for a blue check. I do not care. Nigga, I'm fighting just being on these platforms. They're kind of making it easier for me, but I like what we're doing. I'm very much into what we have created. I want to continue showing people what it is to be a comedian authentically on the come up this day and age. That's literally what this channel is about. Like I was stating, we just released the newest episode, or at least part 2 of episode 4 of Black Zeus The Show. It was a complete deep dive and feature on Kenny Robinson's Nubian disciples of Richard Pryor, the longest running black comedy show in all of Canada, the dopest room in the whole country. I don't give a F what you say, bruh. I'm trying not to swear. And literally, like, the legends have come through this room. Like, back in the day when you were coming up, if you came to Canada and you were a black comedian, like, this was a room you had to hit. From my understanding, Patrice has been there, has touched that stage. I know Kevin Hart has been there. I know Dave has done that room. Legendary room. It's the room that Russell Peters came up in, and countless other just, bruh, the talent. I'm so grateful to be a part of that journey, to be a part of that history. I'm so grateful that I'm literally stamped as part of the history. Kenny Robinson's Nubian Comedy Review, the next 25. It was the 25th anniversary. They just celebrated 30 years. They just passed 30 years. And there is a documentary special. If you're in Canada, it's going to be on Crave. I believe it airs or premieres in April on Crave. There's a 30-year anniversary special. Russell Peters headlines. It's not like he doesn't drop like an hour, but he closed out the show. And it's so nuts because the night before, I'm sitting in a green room having just opened for Russell Peters, not having to do with that show. It's such a surreal moment. The next, like that night, I'm leaving Russell's headline show somewhere else, and he flies out and lands in Toronto to go and drop a surprise set to pay his dues and respect, not to pay his dues, but to pay his respects for the room that he came up in. Absolutely, I don't think he would have any qualms about saying, like, that's a room that made him. You know what I mean? Like, Nubian is where he really cut his teeth. And the stories that I hear, I'm just grateful that I saw the tail end of this room. Like, from not that it's not in his glory days, it's still filling out and packing out. They happen the last Sunday of every month in Yuck Yucks downtown Toronto, if you're interested and you're around and willing to check it out. So it happens once a month. But it just used to be a different vibe. And everybody says it, you know, like Kenny's gotten older and maybe a little soft around the edges. He's still a hard edge, but he's gotten a little soft around the edges. From what I hear, he used to really like get on the audience. Almost like how you hear Kill Tony being, you know what I mean? Like, boo if this comedian sucks. Boo. Don't sugarcoat nothing. Don't tolerate garbage. Boo this man. But yeah, I'm very proud of how this episode turned out. We got interviews with some of my favorite people: Sashka DC, Lenny the Butcher, AJ Bate, Nick Reynoldson, Jean Paul, Kenny Robinson, all featured. Go check it out. One of my favorite episodes. I headlined that night of Nubian show, and this is partly why I wanted to bring this up. If you really are interested in what it's like getting a comic to be honest about them not doing well. I headlined and I come here and talk shit all the time about how good I am and all this stuff. Not my best performance that night. And we document it all. And it's so funny because throughout part 1 and 2 of the episode, you hear me and see me like gassing myself up. But then I also randomly, which I never do. And in hindsight, man, I literally talked it into existence. I kept saying, wouldn't it be funny if I bomb? And I didn't bomb, but man, for the caliber of what that room is, for the legendary status that room holds, for what I was doing leading up to that in preparation, doing all the sets and all the headline sets, prepping and like, bruh, for it to just turn out to be a 6 out of 10, go check it out and report, leave a comment or whatever, support and help us fight Mr. Algorithm and these platforms, bro, because I like. It's getting weirder and weirder, and literally it's getting more digital footprint, digital thumbprint, digital passport, digital you will do what we say and you will like it type ish, and I'm not here for it, bro. Like I'm actually not here for it. In my heart of hearts, I'm more comfortable just not releasing stuff, or just just releasing it and finding whoever it finds, because like, bro, you at some point people have to say no, yeah? Like, we're just going to continue going down this rabbit hole until they're telling you, bro, Project Stargate, the Golden Age, and friggin' Skynet. What do you think Elon's in there doing, bruh? AI is our savior. What are you talking about? Who's savior? Nigga, I got a brain. I can think. Anyways, let's get into it now. Is there anything? I guess I will continue to talk comedy. Maybe I'll do it while I play the game, see if it's even possible. So right now I'm loaded up in GTA 4. I'll even show you a little bit of what it's like to hack this game. You see right now what just loaded up in the corner is called I guess a mod menu. It's called a loader, like a trainer. And the reason it's called that is because, sorry, I just did something I didn't want to do. I'm using a controller and keyboard, by the way, so this is not enjoyable for me. But what this allows you to do is essentially tap into the game's code and spawn in everything. So remember how I said in PS2 days when I was playing San Andreas as a teenager, and you can have flying cars and unlimited ammo and unlimited health and all that stuff? Boom, it's all in the game. Not officially, but all these options. Like I got the health loop on right now. I'll turn that off. I'll just turn God mode on, nigga. Do I even want the cops on my ass right now? How about... Yes, because I got God mode on so we can cause a ruckus on the way to the comedy club. Unlimited ammo is on. Never tired so I can keep running if I need to. Fast reload, we'll use that. I am, because Grand Theft Auto has very realistic like physics. The physics in this game were so ahead of its time for when it released. That when you get in a car accident, if your character doesn't have a seatbelt on, like you fly through the windshield. So I like to use the seatbelt cheat. I already got all the ammo. What I wanted to do, and I had the idea all day. I was so excited to get to the studio because I'm like, yo, Katt Williams is in the game, and this trainer for the Grand Theft Auto 4 game actually allows you to change. Let's see here. How do your character model? So you see, this is Nico, the guy from the GTA 4 game that you play as. And you're not supposed to be able to do this in the vanilla game, like when you just buy it. But what this allows you to do is change the model. So like I can just be, I'm this guy now. Or I'm this guy, this SWAT guy. You can be characters from the story. So one of my favorite characters from this game was Lil Jacob. This is a dealer. That's an awful looking dealer. This is a traffic cop. They had to make him black. What the nigga? What I wanted to do was be Katt Williams. I was just gonna, oh my God, I'm the best at that. Well, first of all, I was gonna work on my Katt Williams impression. That was a little bit of a Kanye. I read 3,000 books. Still got to work on it. But the only version of Katt Williams they have that I can use is broken. And when I tell you, that broke my heart. Watch this. I'll just show you so you know what I'm talking about. I passed the K's, but I'm not in the right spot, am I? Did I pass? Yeah. See, this isn't really good content. I should have had him just loaded up so you could see from the jump. And now I just messed it up. Here we go. I'm gonna find him in 2 seconds here. I promise you. I promise you. He's right around the corner. We're in the E's, F's, G's, and J's, and there's Katt. Look at this. There is Katt Williams with a grenade launcher or a missile launcher. But this is the only way I can play him.
What's up? Yo, nigga, this is gonna be the craziest year. I told you. Last year was the year of revelations, nigga. It's a pimp named Slickback.
So this is the character model of Katt when he's in the comedy club. Obviously, he doesn't move like this. I feel like this is the only way to get Katt on purpose. You know what I mean? I feel like the developers left his character model out of the game because maybe they didn't want people, you know, role playing as as Katt Williams and creating videos with his likeness. There's also Ricky Gervais, who I didn't look to see, but here he is. And there's Ricky Gervais. Oh my goodness, that is hideous. That is what he looks like in the game, though. All right there, bloke. Make sure you watch my podcast there. Yeah, God isn't real there, but Carl Pilkington is. So watch that there, Rib. That was abysmal. I apologize about all this. So we're just going to change back into the regular character because I'm not going to walk around with this. But one of the things I also did to mod this game was I added in first person. So I'm just going to like role play this. This is what nerds do online. Hey, what's up? It's the new Kai Cenat. It's the new Kai Cenat. The new iShowSpeed. It's Black Show Cenat. Zeus. We up here. I'm a Twitch streamer now. I'm playing Grand Theft Auto 4. What's up? Yo, what's up, chat? I want to say what's up to the chat. I love y'all. Thank y'all, man. You make it so I could do what I do. I modded GTA 4. We're gonna go to the comedy club real quick. And while we do that, I'm gonna talk about what I wanted to talk about here. Whether or not you grew up with this, it is an institution. It is legendary. It hasn't been funny in forever. I really like this car. I friggin' love this hatchback. It is the Honda CRX. Is it the CRX? Get out! Get out, nigga! And watch, see how I'm driving right now in third person? Watch this. This is how fun I made the game. This isn't part of the game. Bam! I'm actually driving in first person. Let me find where the comedy club is on the map. Hopefully it's far enough away. Well, it's pretty close, but if I still have more to say before we go inside, I'll say it. But Saturday Night Live, once again, an institution, has been running for 50 years, has been running longer than I have been alive. Once again, the very first guest host was George Carlin, who is represented on this wall for good reason. He is one of my absolute favorites and one of the GOATs in my opinion. But Saturday Night Live just celebrated. Oh shit. I turned on car God mode. Sorry, this is going to be really sporadic. I did, so my car is not going to break. So I'm good to just keep driving sporadically and talking. By the way, how cool is this? This game did not look this good when it came out. I made this game essentially look like GTA 5 with all the mods I put into it. So it's running at 4K. I tweaked the driving because the driving in this game is abysmal and it pissed me off even back when it came out. As much as I love it, I had to fix that. I made it look cleaner, and then I added in this first-person view so I could just play it first person. And boy, this really changes the dynamic of what Grand Theft Auto is. But yeah. Saturday Night Live, which takes place in Liberty City, live from Liberty City. It's Saturday night. No, it's New York, but Liberty City is New York. So they just celebrated their 50th anniversary, and even though that show has absolutely been abysmal, personal opinion, you know, sorry to attack anybody who works there. Not attacking you personally, just it's so political and just so left-leaning. I miss the days when it wasn't so political. Like, you could be on either side of the fence, which you shouldn't be on a side, by the way. There's the comedy club, by the way, Side Splitters. We're here, and I have more to say, so we're going to keep driving, and I'll come back. Get out of the way, asshole! Beep, beep. I did watch the SNL 50th anniversary. Bruh. when you're talking about like a spectacular, it was the most spectacular shit. It felt like I was a teenager watching SNL again. And that's mainly because most of the sketches were with like Will Ferrell, Tracy Morgan, Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy crushed. Do you understand me? I cannot wait because it has to happen. Bro, this guy is stage ready. There was a sketch that Eddie did where it was Black Jeopardy. And Tracy Morgan was one of the contestants in the sketch. And Eddie Murphy was one of the contestants in the sketch. Tracy Morgan was playing a random guy. Like a very, hi, how's it going? And his name was like some just generic guy's name. And then they show Eddie as a contestant and he's playing Tracy Morgan. Bruh. He's playing Tracy Morgan so effing good. Next to Tracy Morgan. It was so surreal and just everything you would want it to be, except, and I don't know if this is rust or whatever, Tracy kind of wasn't on point the whole sketch, but Eddie just was. And then there was a point where they swapped Eddie out for Tom Hanks. Brother, brother, why, brother? Why would you do that? Why would you swap Eddie Murphy for a guy with a lot of weird rumors circulating around his name these days? Just to put it lightly, flight log. It was just weird. My favorite thing of the whole night was that sketch. But then my other favorite sketch was also including Eddie, and it's this sketch that Kenan Thompson's famous for, where he plays, like, they do these scared straight programs, you know, those prison scared straight programs where people are like, oh, I thought I turned off the police. Well, I'm gonna have to deal with these guys now. Excuse me. Do we have a problem here? Would you like to meet my lawyer? His name is Where you at? Where you at? Why are you running? Why are you running? Oh, snap. We playing Grand Theft Auto now. Let's get to the comedy club with all this heat. Oh, shnikes. Oh, no. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this and talk and use first person mode. Have to switch the camera angle real quick. It's just going to be easier for me to talk and do this. Yeah, so Kenan Thompson, who's also been there for what feels like 50 years at SNL as a cast member, so shout outs to him. He does this sketch where he plays a prisoner or a prison guard or something, like a dude from prison, who does this scared straight program, and Jason Sudeikis, who's also one of the best cast members they've ever had. Oh damn, I have the damage on the vehicles. I thought I turned on God mode for my vehicle, which I did not. So this is gonna be hard to do while I'm talking, driving, and now trying to activate let's see, car God mode. Boom. All right, car fix loop and car God mode. Boom, and we're good. Okay, so now my car is a battering ram. Jason Sudeikis, who's also an alum on SNL. Do you like the way I can just cut back in? Can you tell I'm a comic? It doesn't faze me. This is like getting heckled right now. I just got to get back into the joke. Jason Sudeikis is the officer. He brings in Kenan Thompson. Kenan Thompson is always paired with whoever the celebrity guest is for that episode. This time it was the 50th anniversary. There were celebrities everywhere, camoing everywhere, doing fun little appearances and character sketches and all this stuff the entire night. So we didn't know who the person was going to be. It was Eddie Murphy, the best pairing possible. Kenan and Eddie smashed. This might actually have been better performed than the Black Jeopardy sketch, but I just love the idea of Eddie Murphy being Tracy Morgan next to Tracy Morgan. That to me was the icing. But this sketch probably to me was my favorite. Like best performed sketch. I was watching SNL religiously when this sketch was regular, so it was just nice to get that little nostalgic hit. They had nostalgia throughout the entire show, by the way. If you're a fan of SNL or grew up watching SNL, absolutely track down the 50th anniversary. It is phenomenal. and you will get so much nostalgia out of it and so much joy. They brought back all like the Will Ferrell sketches that you love. They had a bunch of appearances that even if they didn't get a full sketch, they were like represented. You know what I mean? So Eddie Murphy comes out with Keenan, and they are now supposed to be scared straight prisoners coming to, you know, essentially talk these three kids that were just arrested out of doing crimes. You know what I mean? And it was just perfect. I don't even want to really spoil it because I think you should track down the sketch. It's that funny. It got so surreal. And yeah, just shout outs to that for even just existing for 50 years, regardless of whatever's taking place at that institution, which I'm sure there's, bro, they're just plugged in with, they even acknowledged it, you know? There was a part during the 50th anniversary episode where they said, and now a moment to acknowledge all the bad people that have been on the show. And it was like a moment they brought Diddy up, they brought like OJ up, they brought, you know, other people up. There's a lot of names. I'm just saying. There's a lot of names that they left out. If you're going to go all the way, but you're not, because you're the institution that you are. And, you know, it's a moment to pay respects or homage or whatever the F. You've been around 50 years. I haven't. So good for you. And thank you for providing laughs. Absolutely. But the older you get, the more you realize a lot of people are on a flight log. Anyways, let's get rid of these cops. Let me get rid of these cops real quick. And we will go to the Never Wanted on. And now we will go to the Comedy Club. And we will see, hopefully, oh my God, if it ends up being Ricky Gervais, I will be so disappointed. Because even though, yeah, they were good sets, and I was really into Ricky Gervais's comedy at that time. I was watching the podcast with Carl Pilkington, and the animated one where they took the Ricky Gervais show and just animated it for HBO and turned it into a hysterical podcast animated show. One of the influences for my podcast when I started 6 years ago. Absolutely. But I'm not really, I don't think I've kept up with Ricky Gervais. I definitely am keeping up with Katt, and I know he's going on tour and recording a new special coming up. So let's just hope that when we pull up to the Comedy Club, which I'm doing right now, that we get to see a set from Katt Williams, and this will probably end the episode.
The pimp himself, Mr. Katt.
Yes! Hustling. I'm gonna have to talk over this so I don't get flagged. Every day I'm hustling. Every day. Damn it, it had to be this joke. It's gonna get flagged. Cut that. Look at the motion cap.
We here in Liberty City. Ow! Liberty City, all party, all the time. Crazy Liberty City. Anything goes. Everything's crazy.
Everything goes in Liberty City.
Ain't that a motherfucker? They should have put that in the motherfucking brochure.
Wouldn't it have been fun for me to actually be able to run around with this character model? Of course. I even tried to find and see if anybody modded it into the game themselves. They didn't.
It's just a plant. It just grows like that. And if you should happen,
It's crazy to see this on my 4K TV. And like, again, obviously it doesn't look modern, but for what it looked like from back then to what this looks like, it's day and night.
I'm just saying, there's some shit you gotta do to it. It's ridiculous. We ain't never hurt nobody. Aspirin is perfectly legal, but if you take 13 of them motherfuckers,
It will be your last headache.
As long as you've been living, you ain't never heard of a motherfucker.
That's a joke
overdose on
from
marijuana. You might
Pimp
talk
Chronicles
about
Part
it,
1, which he
then you wake up
re-recorded
30
for this.
minutes, hungry enough to eat up everything in your house. That's the side effects. Hungry, happy, sleepy. That's it. Meanwhile, legal pills got side effects to it. Yeah, side effects. And the side effect is worse than the shit that it's curing. And I'm thinking nobody's noticing this but me. I'm just saying, if I'm taking some shit for asthma, I don't need the side effect to be shortness of breath. That's what the fuck I came to you for.
Came to you for.
A lot of crazy
I could
shit.
just picture him in a studio with a green screen suit on, with all those tennis balls or like ping pong balls all over it.
Came to you
Just thought
for.
about it, didn't you? Go ahead, think back. No, that wasn't a dog. That was probably a short person like myself, bending over to pick up something. You might have thought it was a dog. It's not a Rottweiler motherfucker, that's me. Drop some money. No dogs, no fucking cats. And I know you're thinking, well, how's that important? Because what's next? Short people? Where you gonna cut the line? 5'5", 5'6"? Who the fuck? You don't know. You don't know. Just one day, all the short people gone. It'll just be you tall ass freaks left here to fend for yourself. Don't ask me
Yo.
to pick up shit from down there. I can't do it because I ain't fucking here. Me.
This
or
shouldn't be
dogs or
funny,
cats.
but it is. Like,
It's a crazy place. Everything's crazy about here. The fans in Liberty City are crazy. Let me just say something. If you 6'99", don't walk up on me all aggressive trying to tell me how much you love me. You scaring the shit out of me. Hey, son, welcome to Liberty City, son. You funny as fuck, son. Wait a minute.
Did he just make a joke about the fictional city in the game? Come on, bruh.
It's ridiculous. You got a guy selling CDs. Motherfucker won't even tell you what's on the CD. He done wrote his name in crayon on the CD, just passing it to you. Passed it to me so fast I'd already bought it before I even knew what was going on. I just walked up to him. Just, hey, how you doing? What the fuck? A CD? Here's five. What the fuck just happened? Why everything gotta move so fast around here anyway?
It's so weird to see the
slow down and relax, but you can't do
fake
that no way, 'cause weed
NPCs
is
in the
illegal.
crowd
Anyway, that's been
laughing
all
and
my motherfucking time. Thank you so
reacting.
much.
They're not
Liberty
real.
City, I
It's just fake
appreciate
canned
it.
laughter.
Thanks for the love. Katt Williams. Have a good night.
How fire is that? And that's not like, dude, him and Ricky Gervais each did like 3 to 4 different performances. Look, you can see the front of the club here. You can see Ricky Gervais. You can see Katt Williams. Bro, I love this level of realism. This is my favorite thing they ever did in Grand Theft Auto. Obviously, I'm biased because I'm a comedian myself, but still to this day, they have not topped this. One thing is my favorite thing in any Grand Theft Auto ever is a comedy club that you can actually go to and watch motion captured, recorded authentically for this game universe. I love Grand Theft Auto, man. I love Grand Theft Auto. And I really hope GTA 6 comes out this year. It's not. And if it is, which I hope it does for all the people, I probably won't get it because I don't have a PlayStation 5. Like, I'm out, bro. I'll get it on PC when it comes out a year from then. You better just put comedy clubs back in the game. Get good comedians. Hit a nigga up. I'll do it for free. I just want to be part of the culture, nigga. Part of the culture. Did I say this? Anyways, I can't believe it. I did 40 minutes. And we talked a lot of comedy, and I'm happy with that. And guys, wherever you are, guys and girls, they, thems, him, hers, zimzers, whatever you are, I love you. I hope you're staying warm, and I hope you're not buried in snow. But be prepped just in case, because what a weird year this is. I love you guys, and I guess this is an actual episode of Black Zeus Podcast. I'm calling it. This has been season 6, episode 6 of Black Zeus Podcast. I am him, Black Zeus, and you are all the beautiful people. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the sub, hit a like, leave a comment, help us fight the algorithms, help us fight the system. Fight the system, y'all. But we'll be back next week, hopefully with Dante in the studio. Till then, peace.
Hey, it's Hen Dog.
Black Zeus the Podcast Season 6, featuring Black Zeus and Dante, aka Black Zeus on YouTube, Patreon, and Instagram.